My name is Carla and will explain the following skill. Skill number 1. Be sure the sentences have a subject and verb. For example, she is going to travel to Europe this year. Skill number 2. Be careful of object or preposition. For example, Alison next to the horses was running. Skill number 3. Be careful of appositives. For example, Ali, an excellent rock dancer, rarely fails the rock steps. Skill number 4. Be careful of present participles. For example, the woman is talking to her friend. Skill number 5. Be careful of past participles. For example, the family has purchased and television.
Hi, my name is Eric. Skill 6. Use coordinate connector correctly. When you have two clauses in an English sentence, you must connect the two clauses correctly. One way to connect two clauses is you use an, but, or, so, or, yet between the clauses. For example, she loves but she wanted to cry. Skill 7. Use a verse time a cause connector correctly. For example, I will send the check before you leave, or before you leave, I will send the check. In each this example, there are two clauses. You leave and I will send the check, and the clauses you leave is a verse time clauses because it is introduced with the connector before. In the first example, the connector before comes in the middle of the sentence, and no commas is used. In the second example, the connector before comes at the beginning of the sentence. In this pattern, 1. The connector comes at the beginning of the sentence, a comma is required in the middle of the sentence. Skill A. Use other adverse connector correctly. For example, I will leave at 7 if I'm ready. I thought I was late. I managed to catch the train. In each of these examples, there are two clauses that are correctly joined with adverse connectors. In the first sentence, the adverse condition connector if comes in the middle of the sentence. In the second sentence, the adverse contrast connector although comes at the beginning of the sentence, and a comma is used in the middle of the sentence. Skill 9. Use noun clause connector correctly. A noun clause is a clause that function is a noun because the noun clause is a noun. It is used in a sentence as either an object of a verb, an object of a preposition, of the subject of the sentence. For example, I know when we will arrive. In the first example, there are two clauses. I know and we will arrive. These two clauses are joined with the connector when. When change the clauses we will arrive into a noun clause, the function and the object of the verb now.
I am Victor. Skill 10. Use non-clause connector subjects correctly. In skill 9, there is a subject in the noun clause, but in skill 10, the noun clause has no subject. For example, I don't know what is in the box. Remember the noun clause connector subjects are who, whoever, what, whatever, which, whichever. Skill 11. Use adjective clause connectors correctly. An adjective clause only describes is extra information and is not essential. Adjective clauses go in the middle or at the end. These clauses have adjective connectors, subject, and verb. For example, the woman is filling the glass that she put on the table. The adjective connectors are whom for people, which for things, and that for people or things. Skill 12. Use adjective clause connector subject correctly. In this skill, the adjective clause has no subject. For example, the woman is filling the glass that is on the table.
Hi, I am Brett, and I will say skill 13. In the adjective clause of a sentence, who, which, or that, and the verb to be are eliminated. For example, the woman willing to use is the tour guide. And if the verb is not to be, the verb becomes a gerund. For example, I don't understand the article appearing in today's paper. If it has a subject, the adjective clause is not resolved. For example, the woman that I just met is the tour guide. And another example, if no, if that she is removed, it becomes an appositive. For example, the teacher next to this classroom speaks lovely.
Skill 14. Use reduced adverb clauses correctly. In the reduced form of adverb clauses, the adverb connector remains, but the subject and be verb are omitted. Some connectors are once, although, before, unless, will, when, though, where. For example, before all, you may leave some bad habits. If it has another verb than the verb to be, the verb is a gerund and omit the subject. For example, once growing up, you will see different life.
My name is Carla and I will explain the following skills. Skill 15. Invert the subject and verb with question words. When the question word introduces a question, the subject and verb are inverted. For example, what are they? When the question word connects two clauses, the subject and verb that follow are not inverted. For example, I know what they are. Skill 16. Invert the subject and verb with place expressions. When a place expression at the front of the sentence is necessary to complete the sentence, the subject and verb that follow are inverted. For example, in the classroom were some of less. When a place expression at the front of the sentence contains extra information that is not needed to complete, for example, in the classroom I studied very hard. Skill 70. Invert the subject and verb with negatives. When a negative expression appears in front of subject and verb at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle of a sentence, the subject and verb are inverted. For example, rarely were they so happy. Skill 18. Invert the subject and verb with conditionals. When the verb in the conditional clause is had, should, or were, it is possible to omit if and invert the subject and verb. For example, were he here, he will help. It is also possible to kill if then the subject and verb are not inverted. For example, if he were here, he will help. Skill 19. Invert the subject and verb with comparisons. The subject and verb may invert after a comparison. The following structures are both possible. For example, we were more prepared than the other performers were, or we were more prepared than were the other performers.